Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is July 16, 2023, and it's reported that Giovanni Lo Celso is still an option for Barcelona. Also, Joao Felix has been linked with Barcelona one more time. And finally, Nico Gonzalez could be sealing his exit out of Barcelona in these upcoming days. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, it only takes a second, and in doing this you will be helping this small and humble channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jersey or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. The link is down below in the description. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, Ilkay Gundogan has officially come back from vacation and landed in the city of Barcelona, ready to join his new team for the upcoming season. And it's reported that tomorrow, Monday, July the 17th, will be the official presentation of Ilkay Gundogan as an FC Barcelona player. Now, as always, it's expected that Ilkay Gundogan will sign his official contract with the club in front of the cameras, and then he will be presented at the Ciudad Esportiva in the full Barcelona uniform. Now, Ilkay Gundogan will be joining his teammates after that in the preseason, where he's expected to travel with the team to the USA Tour. So we should be seeing Ilkay Gundogan in a Blaugrana jersey pretty soon. Now, speaking of players coming back from vacation, it's reported that Ansu Fati has joined his teammate once again during the preseason, and he has done this ahead of time. Now, since Ansu Fati played the Nations League Cup with Spain, where Spain ended up being champions, he was supposed to have vacation until next week. However, Ansu Fati has decided to cut his vacation short and has returned to Barcelona in order to join his teammates in the preseason, because it's reported that Ansu Fati is determined to prove himself to Xavi Hernandez, especially since it's looking more and more likely that Ansu Fati will not be leaving the club during this summer, and he will be staying with Barcelona for one more season. Now, on to the news that Giovanni Lo Celso is still an option for Barcelona. Now, it seems that Xavi Hernandez would like the club to sign a creative player in the midfield, someone who can dribble past players through the middle, so a creative player who's vertical rather than horizontal. And even though Bernardo Silva would be Xavi's #1 option to fill that position, as I've said many times before, Bernardo Silva is not a realistic option for Barcelona, given his high salary and the 80 million euros that Manchester City are currently asking for the Portuguese midfielder. Now, as a result, it's reported that Barcelona's other option, or Xavi Hernandez's other option, would be Giovanni Lo Celso, who currently plays for Tottenham Hotspur. And since the relationship is good with the Premier League club, it's reported that this could be a possible operation for this summer transfer market, especially since Giovanni Lo Celso's value is half of that Bernardo Silva's. Now, speaking of unrealistic signings, Joao Felix has been linked to Barcelona yet once again. Now, a new report in the media has come out saying that Joao Felix's dream is to play with Barcelona, and as a result, there's been a lot of media outlets linking the Portuguese midfielder with the club. But unfortunately, as I've said many times before, when Barcelona were linked with Joao Felix in the past, this operation is simply out of reach for Barcelona, given the current financial situation of the club. Now, it's no secret that Joan Laporta is a huge fan of Joao Felix and would love to have the Portuguese midfielder on the team. And now that we know that Joao Felix's dream is also to play in Barcelona, despite all of this, this is not realistic, because after all, Atletico de Madrid did sign Joao Felix for 120 million euros. So it's expected that they're gonna want a lot of money in order to part ways with their star, and that's money that Barcelona cannot afford. Now, of course, that's only his transfer fee. There's still that whole deal of his salary, which would also be out of range for Barcelona, because just like Bernardo Silva, there's simply not enough space on the wage bill of Barcelona to register such high salaries. I mean, we have signed Vitor Roque, and we cannot register his salary this season or this summer, even though he only has a 3.5 million euro salary. Now, speaking of midfielders, it's reported that Nico Gonzalez could be sealing his exit in the upcoming days. Now, Nico spent last season on loan with Valencia with no option or obligation to buy, and this was a loan that Barcelona completed in hopes that Nico Gonzalez could grow and develop into the role that they want him to fill. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and Xavi Hernandez does not count on Nico Gonzalez, and as a result, Barcelona are looking to offload the player during this summer transfer market. Now, Nico Gonzalez's father confirmed a few days ago that Nico has offers from La Liga, the Premier League, and even in Portugal. Since the player has plenty of offers, Barcelona have decided to leave it completely in the hands of Nico Gonzalez because they want him to go to whatever club he desires, regardless of what offers are there for the player on the table, especially since Nico Gonzalez is a product of La Masia. Well, it seems that the club who most likely will be taking Nico Gonzalez away from Barcelona is the Portuguese club Porto, because they fulfill or they check many of the boxes of Nico Gonzalez's checklist, especially since Porto is a historical club who tends to play in the Champions League and is a club that's willing to give Nico Gonzalez the primary role that he's looking for. And as a result, it seems that Nico Gonzalez could be joining Porto, and this deal could be closing in the upcoming few days. Now, it's reported that this will be a loan to the Portuguese club with an option to buy, where both Barcelona and Porto are hoping that Nico could impress during this upcoming season, and that way Porto could seal his permanent transfer in the summer of 2024. Now, we will end today's video with a quick discussion of Frenkie de Jong's salary, because his salary has been leaked to the media, and there's been a lot of conflicting reports about how much money the Dutch midfielder makes. So I decided to discuss his salary real quick in order to clarify any questions or any conflicting reports that might exist. Now, Frenkie de Jong's salary for this upcoming season of 2023-2024 will be 18 million euros, and that includes his base salary plus the money that he accepted to defer during the pandemic. So the 18 million euros is not his full salary, it's his base salary plus the money that he agreed to defer under Josep Maria Bartomeu. Now, aside from the 18 million euros that Frenkie de Jong will earn during this upcoming season, there are 10 more million euros that he could potentially earn thanks to variables and bonuses that Josep Maria Bartomeu negotiated with the player when he renewed the contract of Frenkie de Jong. And out of these 10 million euros, 2 of them will be if Frenkie de Jong ends up playing 60% of all matches. So that's most likely will happen, of course, because Frenkie de Jong is a fundamental player for Xavi Hernandez. So for sure, Frenkie de Jong will end up earning 20 million euros, with the other 8 million euros in variables will be if Barcelona wins certain trophies, which if it does happen, of course, would be good news for the club, but it would also mean that Frenkie de Jong could potentially end up earning 28 million euros for this upcoming season. Now, of course, Frenkie de Jong is the highest earners on the Barcelona right now, and last season he was the highest earner in all of La Liga. And this is, of course, a concern for the club, but nonetheless, Joan Laporta has decided not to ask any players to reduce their salaries. And if players do want to reduce it, they're gonna have to take the first step, and they're gonna want to do it just like Mark ter Stegen has decided to do. But for now, it doesn't seem that Frenkie de Jong is willing to make that sacrifice or take that step forward. So for now, Frenkie de Jong's contract will stay intact. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.